farm in Kansas, and he got drafted, and so he was sent to Leavenworth. And when he got to Leavenworth, they said, "Why don't you go over in that barracks and we'll decide what we're going to do with you, because the Germans surrendered yesterday."
So do you have perfect timing the way your father did?
So he stayed about 2 weeks, and they sent him home.
Did he get one of these? Was he there long enough? No?
I don't have any idea.
Well, that's tremendous. And, you know, if he had gotten into the action sooner than what you indicated, you and I might not be enjoying this conversation.
That's right. That's right. I might not have spent 35 years between the Air Force and the Air Guard.
All righty. You do have that look about you, that you've been somewhere.
And he would say,
done something.
I have that bold voice.
Yes.
It does have a command voice, doesn't it? Yes, you do. So did you fly or just rode along?
I couldn't pass the hearing test.
Oh.
I rode along.
Okay. Well, there's good work to be done in the back of the plane. So.
That's right. As long as it isn't open in the back of the plane. Then you have to jump out.
Right.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
One of my favorite interviews during the 91 Gulf War, Schwarzkopf managed the media so well. They were eating out of his hand. This is Tony Hayes, by the way, from the Baltimore Post-Examiner.
Tony, I'm Gary Smith.
Nice to meet you, Gary. And this young man?
I'm Ryan Gavin. I'm a former building mate of Dr. Smith's here.
Very good.
Excellent.
But
I served in that building for 30-some years. I was the director of admissions and the registrar at the university.
Well, Doctor, you got to settle down and not be jumping around. Or
He
you're
does
never
more
gonna
now
amount
that
to anything.
he does more now that he's retired than he did back then.
Good for you. Well,
So what do you do?
I portray General Pershing for anyone and everyone who will invite me to come and tell his story in his voice.
In the state of Missouri, and of course yesterday was a very important day, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
We had a fine time, a high time in Kansas City at the memorial.
At the memorial, I fly
Oh, the
flyover.
The-
I suppose they came from Whiteman.
Actually, that was the Patrouille de France from France.
Ah.
They're doing a tour for a month,
Oh.
and this was one of their stops. They were in New York about a week before. They even brought in their M400 Airbus, which hauls all of the military gear and the support crews.
Yeah.
Impressive bunch. Now, I noticed that those aeroplanes, as I used to call them, had 2 seats in them. Now, do you think they'd give this old soldier a ride just for the heck of it? No takers. All righty. Well, we'll try again another time.
Are you in a ROTC here?
Yes, sir.
That's Master Sergeant Hardy. He instructs the military history class, among other things he does, and he shared that class with me, allowed me to step in and take over the lecture for the day.
Excellent.
And I didn't have many casualties. They were all awake at the end of the class.
Did you tell them about hand-to-hand combat in the trenches in
Now, I wish you had
1917
been
and
there,
18?
Doctor. You could have helped me. I missed that part. I did. We didn't mention it at all. But we didn't have a lot of time to discuss it. You know, we could go on for days and months about that. And I hope we will go on for at least a year and a half for the commemoration of the centennial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ending.
Are you a student of history?
I am.
Do you have a favorite era? Don't worry, you won't offend me if it's not World War I.
Probably the robber baron period of American history,
Oh,
the
no
latter
kidding.
quarter of the century, last quarter of the 19th century.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
very interesting as it led to a lot of things. So,
Well, and then we ended up fighting for empire in
Yeah.
1897,
Good.
98.
That's right.
And largely fueled by their desire for raw materials, for their burgeoning businesses. Yes, indeed.
And then I think it's also interesting to know how Wilson and the rest fought so hard to be isolationists and stay out of the war for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then along came Hitler in 39, and then bang, everybody who was an isolationist, including Lindbergh, who was in Washington, was out of step.
How about that?
Out of step.
Yes.
It didn't take long. It didn't take long like it did in World War I.
Well, you know, Woodrow Wilson kind of did an about-face rather quickly after being inaugurated for his second term. But he had a goal, and it was a lofty goal, and I think a well-intended goal.
Well, and then he got ill too, so.
Yes, his health didn't allow him to win the the campaign he launched to try and sell the effort. Although at our colloquium yesterday, it was brought out by some very learned scholars that perhaps he should have negotiated more with the Republicans in the Senate rather than just trying to win over American popular opinion.
Maybe that's when they were thinking about the vote that was going to occur today on the Supreme Court or something.
Ah, maybe, yes. Boy, you just went with light speed from one century to the other. That's great.
Oh, my.
Well, this has been an
You look very
unexpected
nice.
surprise.
You look
Well,
very nice.
These are just the clothes that my employer gives me to wear to
Well,
work every
I'm
day.
going to say you look great. It's the
Well,
new stuff, even though it's 100 years
Yeah.
old.
You know, I
I was
get
gonna
that,
say you can
Doctor.
see that color all the time.
When I attend some events with the Army,
Yeah.
a number of the officers will come up and say, we wish that we could dress like that again.
Yeah.
Sharp.
But I wear this all day long, and
I don't.
they might change
I'm
their
sure
mind.
as hell glad I didn't
Yes.
have collars like that
Yeah.
for 35 years.
Well, it makes you stand up and pay attention.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
No options.
A pleasure, sir.
Good.
Thank you
Same
very
to you.
much.
Same to you. Thanks for doing it.
Thank you so
Good to meet
much.
you.
It's
Oh,
great to meet you.
Happy to be here.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, absolutely, sir.
You bet.
Thank you so much. Thank you.